What is going on, guys? You're back with Drisden with part 2 of Pokemon Red walkthrough. And today's going to be a special day. And you're asking me, Drisden, what do you mean by special? Did you get your first period? No, I did not get my first period, nor will I ever. But today is my first game review. That actually going to be a game comparison, is what I plan to do. And this is kind of what I touch up on, kind of making an all-around thing based off my channel. So today will probably be the two biggest controversial arguments, or well, the big controversial one over the top two games of the shooter franchise, Call of Duty and Battlefield. Yeah, you're probably looking at the screen going, wow, COD's the best, or wow, Battlefield's the best. Well, I am here to show you right now that they're both equal. They have their merits, but here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to score each one based on different categories, and we're going to see which one will technically win. And what's special about this is that I'm just a normal guy. I'm not a top commentator or a professional player or a famous dude or a guy with 3 eyes. No, I'm normal, and we're going to keep it that way, I hope. So, let the scoring begin. Now, round 1 is hype potential. And COD absolutely wins this one. I mean, their hype potential that they had was beyond comparison. As soon as it was mentioned back in almost exactly last year, Black Ops 2 is almost taking over hype potential already. But their hype is so well done, and they get out very well. Battlefield had a good start, to me at least, when I thought that was going to be another Bad Company, because I love the Bad Company series. They were so funny. I almost love it more than COD. But then I found out that Battlefield actually had its own separate side, other than normal Battlefield, and I lost all hype for it. But the COD one kept me going because I love the story for COD. The COD campaign draws me in, and I love it. And we're going to talk about the story in a little bit. But round 1 goes to COD, so 1 up. Now, next one is going to be advertisements, promotional before the game came out. It sounds like the same, but hype potential is before production or before any normal means of production. Ads is when they're almost done. And, well, Battlefield had some pretty sweet ones. I actually took a trip to New York a couple weeks before Battlefield came out. And I looked around, and there was a whole bunch of signs and whatnot on the bus stops or taxi places. I forget what they're called, but there's so many posters up for Battlefield, join the army, whatever date it came out. I cannot remember for the life of me. And I thought, wow, that's pretty sweet. But then I go to Times Square, and I see Jonah Hill in an army outfit up on a humongous screen above everything else, saying, COD Mod 3, join us, because we're cool, and we have Jonah Hill. That was like, oh my god, they got Jonah Hill, that's so cool. And the commercials were so funny. I love those commercials. I don't know who the other guy is. It's just Jonah Hill that just won me over. I was like, that's so cool, because he's a funny actor, and he's fat. But nah, he's a cool guy, and their idea for ads were really smart. But unfortunately, that's where it took a nosedive from there. So, however, point goes to COD, 2-0. Next up is when the game actually came out. And the first thing you'll notice is graphics. And although COD has good graphics in a way, it's more of like a cartoony graphics. Like, it's something about it that makes you feel like yeah, it's real, but it's not like I can reach out and know, okay, this is a leaf that's flapping in my face, or dust is kicking up and whatnot. No, it's more cartoony, and I feel it kind of spoils it a little. But Battlefield, the graphics are impeccable. They look so real. That you have debris falling on you, you have dirt kicking up in your face, you have bullet drops going everywhere, you have suppression. Your eyes will go all foggy, and your hearing is kind of awkward. They got the graphics, the sound, everything was perfect with Battlefield. I loved it. It drew me in. And it's so funny talking about shooters when you have cute little Pokemon fighting in the background. but still, it was so good. So, graphics goes to Battlefield. It's 2-1 now. Gameplay, I cannot I cannot separate these two. This is the one time I can't really do it because, to be honest, they both are good in their own ways. And a person like me realizes that each side has its own advantages, has its own weaknesses. COD is just an action, like arcade style shooter, and that's fun. Like it's fast paced. You're going from point A to point B just instantly, and you're enjoying your game and whatnot. It's fun. Team deathmatch usually the way to go, but it's not like it has the cooperative style that I find Battlefield has. Battlefield is about teamwork and working with the rest of your team and other squads and whatnot. You know, controlling points, taking over hotspots, and taking control of the battle. That's what I feel you need to do. So I'm going to say this is a draw. Story, going back to single player. The story, again, I'm going to have to give it a draw. Like COD, Mod 3, blew me away. Story, amazing. I loved it. I cannot say much more about it. But Battlefield surprised me. It really did. Like when I said that I was looking forward to a Bad Company 3, and I was disappointed about it, well, I was. But the story drew me in. It was amazing. I mean, it was so compelling to know what they could actually do with such a, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but the story was amazing. I loved it all the way through, and the ending blew my mind. Fighting in Times Square. Spoiler alert. Too late, but yeah. And now we're moving on to multiplayer, and by that I mean what game types is offered and whatnot, and what makes it fun. And to be honest, Battlefield is going to take this over because, to me, living off of COD most of my life made me enjoy, team deathmatch and whatnot. But to play rush mode, that made, like, I always hated objective games, but rush mode got me into the game. I was like, okay, we gotta move this way. Like, the killing is still there, but the taking over each spot, involving the map, making it bigger and better, that's what made it so much fun. In Conquest, I guess, it's okay. I don't play it too much, and it's kind of like Capture the Flag. It makes me meh. But yeah, Battlefield just draws you in. I know I'm nearing the end, but Battlefield takes this point. So we have a tie. So how are we gonna decide the last point? Fairness. Battlefield. Okay, you cannot tell me that in a single game of COD, you have someone spraying you down with FMG akimbo, or some other stupid thing that is just unfair for the rest of the game to comprehend. And Battlefield has none of that. So you know what? Battlefield still wins, but COD is still a good game. Don't deny it or anything. Thanks for watching.